So listen, y'all. I was thinking. First of all, I want to start with, it's unfortunate for those of you who heard about the shooting just the other day. On the end line. Right there at 36th Street. I want you to know that in order for us to get to our church, we take the D line. You know what I'm saying? And although the D go express and the N and R might go local, you still have to pass by that particular stop and to be able to get up, what I'm saying, and come this way, and to discover that have taken place. It's a blessing, y'all, to be here. It's a blessing because I could have been on that train and anything. Virgil, good to see you, my guy. I could have been on that train. Any one of us can be on that train. Matter of fact, one of my evangelists at my church was actually on that train, and she saw the guy. Blessed be to God that they caught him. And it's unfortunate that people are shot. Thank God that people are still here. And I feel sorry for him. And some people might say you shouldn't feel sorry for somebody like that. He is psycho. That's the problem, and he need love. You feel what I'm saying? you know and I tell you, y'all, Keyshawn, what's going on, my guy? And I'm gonna tell you what's so bad about the situation is that it always have to be one of us to do something as such. He comes with a bulletproof vest. He put his mask on like he's doing dead presidents. He have this gasket thing that he want to throw in the train and just open up and start firing and shooting people. Could you imagine? You're on your way home, you're tired. You know what I'm saying? You want to just, you're on your way to work rather. You're tired. Levy, good to see you, my sis. You're tired. You want to get to work. You want to get a cup of coffee and stuff like that before you start your day. And all of a sudden, you got a bullet wound. Like what kind of mess is that? You feel what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm saying this is because again, people today are bugging, and that's the reason why, rather you know or not, it's necessary to pray before you leave your house. It's necessary, what I'm saying, to believe in your God if you don't believe in my God, which is Jesus Christ. And I want you to understand, people, y'all, it's good to pray. What I'm saying? It's good to believe and have faith. That you're going to be kept during the day, and when you leave your house, people don't ever know if they're going to leave their house and not return. You see, so do me a favor, don't take life for granted, and that's the reason why it's necessary for us to apologize to people you've done wrong to, forgive people who've done you wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Because you never know if that's the last time you're ever going to see them, and it doesn't make any sense for me to hold grudges today. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not what I want to talk to you about. I just want to I want to just at least share and just say something about that, because again, all over the news, then this guy was found in the village somewhere, at McDonald's, and we found out that he called on himself at the same time. So it's psychological, y'all, and the enemy we call the devil is trying to take the minds of God's people over, the minds of his creations over, so that people now, could go loco and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs before you're blessed with the things that you really need to have, that you've worked for in life. So with that being said, I wanted to say, y'all, while I'm on this particular subject, music is the biggest influential, tool, that is taking over. Music is the physical expression of the spiritual move of God, and or the spiritual move of what it is that you need, no matter what subject it is. For an example, if you want romance, you get romantic music. That's great. If you want motivational workout music, you get that kind of upbeat kind of music. If you want music that's going to allow for you to think and just sort of woosah, you get classical strings and all of that. If you want, for some reason, music that's going to make you to say, nah, I can make it, I can do it, I can do it, you get energetic music. Then we start to get into rock music, and then when you start getting into heavy metal, it get a little twisted. You know what I'm saying? So, and then some of us have rap music, we got R&B music, for chill out time, we got cool music, jazz music, classical music, and all of those categories, of music help for something that we want to achieve in life. You want motivation. You want the kind of motivation that's like, look, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make sure that I finish this class, make sure I finish my business, make sure I finish whatever. Music is the thing. And as I begin to take a look at the music that we used to have back in the days, we had music like Luther Vandross. We had, first of all, the OJs. We had the Four Tops. Remember that, y'all? Come on, y'all. You see what I'm saying? We had the Platters, what I'm saying? Yes, I'm a Great Pretender. We had all different types of, Force MDs back in the days, in the 80s and stuff like that, and obviously you had the Freddie, the Freddie, what is the Teddy Pendergrass. We had, Freddie, and we had Luther, Stevie Wonders, the Michael Jacksons of the days. We had Kool and the Gang for rap. Remember the real Shantae, the Roxanne Shantae. For those of you who've been born in the 70s and stuff like that, y'all know about that. The real Roxanne, Salt and Pepper, all these different types of music. And you can tell that there were certain times we had certain music that wouldn't express specific words. You feel what I'm saying? Or refer to people as a certain thing. If they were going to refer to a girl, I remember that song. What's that? Forgive Me, Girl. You know what I'm saying? A Foursome D's and stuff like that. They had certain song that would express specific moods. You got what I'm saying? And there were certain things that even rappers would not say. Rather it was curse words. Rather it was something that would, would take people out. Take people out of the element of what it is that they're supposed to be in at that particular time. Rashawn, what's up, my guy? Alberto, what's going on, brother? Again, whatever it is whatever that we had back then. I remember video music box, Eric McDaniel, and I used to watch that faithfully and look at people and their outfits and stuff like that. Rob Bass and Slick Rick, and and all these particular, all these wonderful people. But at the same time, there were certain kinds of music, and certain ways that they've expressed their music, that wasn't harsh, and if you look at today's music, it's quite different. You got what I'm saying? We had, the Dirty South, which wasn't really down here too much until it got down here, and then people started to take a whiff of the Dirty South, and then that turned into trap music. And now we got this thing what they call drill music. And that's what I want to talk about, and that's where I want to land tonight. And I'm not here about negativity, and I want you to understand the description, that we are talking about today. Again, our past is the past, and we love the past. I love certain things in the past, such as we used to play Skelsies back in the days with certain music. You see what I'm saying? The girls used to play hopscotch back in the days. They used to play Rat Rover, where you tap the can and stuff like that. You say, oh, I see Jermaine behind the wall. Tap, tap, tap. I see Alberto, you know what I'm saying, behind the pole. Tap, tap, tap. I see Sylvia behind the car. And as we called you out, you were caught. It's time for you to get back, you got to come back to the base. We played stuff like tag, you know what I'm saying, you're it, and stuff like that. We used to, make up our games back in the days. We used to make up go-karts and stuff and play tag go-karts. We used to play a lot of things, and music was the thing. We had stuff like songs like Over Like a Fat Rat. We had songs like you know what I'm saying, so many different songs. I'm going blank right now, but again, because I'm getting excited about those particular times. And you know how sometimes you can hear a song that would bring you back to a particular moment, y'all. And sometimes you can smell certain fragrances and hear a certain song that will bring you back to a day in your life where you could just remember when you were 17, or you were 11 and 10 and 9 and 7, and it was a wonderful thing back in the days, when you got a haircut for your birthday. I live in Reddick Projects. For those of you who may not live in Reddick Projects, I used to live in Reddick Projects. And when we had our birthdays back in the days, we would always get cakes from College Bakery. They had the best icing on the cake. Care what nobody say. We had some people had the strawberry filling, some people had the pineapple filling, some people had the apple filling. Whatever you had, that College Bakery was the place to go to. And of course, anybody who's out here know the famous Juniors. Remember back in the days, the Albee Square Mall. All of this stuff that we looked and we remembered having had music attached to it, or a particular song attached to it. You remember your worst breakup when you had Puppy Love back in the days, had some type of music attached to it. But the good thing about the music, y'all, is that at least you have some type of dialogue and some type of resume where you could refer back to a particular song, or refer back to a particular moment in song, that would allow for you to say, wow, those were the good days. You follow where I'm going? But then now we got this thing we call trap. And now before I say trap and drill music, because this is what I want to talk about tonight. Listen, I am so happy. I was Sister Shelly Sheraton was on the line because we just celebrated her mother's, homegoing service. She died at the age of 107 years of 7 years old. Yeah, 107 years old. Almost made 108. She have now completed her task. 7 is the number of completion, and I know somebody who's still living now. Her name is Mother Edwards. She is the mother of our church. She's about Levy. If you're on here, well, she's about 104, 105. What was she, 102 or 99? Which she's up there. and she's, still here, and I'm grateful to it. I know someone who died at the age of 110. I know, AJ, what's going on? I know some people who have died at 99, 98, and they had what they call longevity. And you look at the 60s and stuff like that, you look, everybody had problems back in the days, rather it was the 80s and the crack era and the shooting era and stuff like that. Yeah, these things used to happen, but we had more things that overweighed some of the bad, you know and it was music, clean music, the stuff that we would listen to, the stuff that would help us go back to a particular place and solve a problem. And of course, I'm grateful that I'm saved. I'm grateful that I'm the pastor that I am, and I'm the preacher that I am, and the overseer that I am. Thank God for my bishop is on the line. Also, Pastor Lawrence, Bishop Lawrence is on the line. Wow, love you too, Dad. My dad is on the line. He's my spiritual father, and he made me also an overseer by way of God and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. I have certain songs, even in the church world, where I can go back to sometimes when I need healing. But here's the deal. It's good to be able to refer back to songs, that you could go back to, that will bring you back to a good place. And we have those songs today from back in the days for those of us who've been from the 80s and 70s and stuff like that. But when we take a look at this era today, and the music, I have been looking up and I said, you know what? I need to know what my sons, I have a 15-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, and me and my son, we always play, Spray the Block. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm not going to put him on blast. Please forget that I ever said, and we would play these games, but we're not playing in a malicious way. But I said to myself, wow, I'm looking at the games that we are playing. Wonder where the influence have come from. And I realized that listen to my words carefully, some of the influence come from our music. When I took a look at studying the drill music, I realized that drill music have come from Chicago originally, and they were gangbangers and gangsters. And the only difference between, some of gangster rap and the drill music today is that they're living that in real time. There had been a time where people would not say, Kimberly, good to see you. There were a time where people would not say all of what they've done on video, and on, recordings and stuff like that, because they did not want that to be tracked, or backtracked if they had to go to court to see what is it they're doing. People don't want social media today, but today they are coming out, on this plateau as to where they are showing real guns. They're showing little females with the apple in the back, and dancing and twerking and all this other stuff. And it's all about, and I listened to the lyrics and I was saying to myself, wow, they're talking about everybody getting shot. Everybody, I shoot you, you shoot me, you shoot my boy. I'm saying? Everybody get shot. Everybody sprayed. It's dark. It's dreary. That's why I got a key light in the back. It's dark. It's dreary. And I want you to understand something, y'all. I'm not here in by no way to talk against any one of them, because I want you to know that music is something that is to help us express how we feel. Music is an expression. That's why it's the physical expression. But listen, it's the physical expression of something spiritual. And music can come from either one of the two places, either a dark place or a light place. And I want you to know that light music, is something of positivity. It's not dark. It's not minor. It's more major. You got what I'm saying, y'all? And I'm not preaching to y'all. I'm just talking. And as I begin to study up on, drill music, and I YouTube it, they were saying that, it started in Chicago, got to New York, and in Atlanta, and various other places, as to where, and various different parts of places within those particular states, and how it's actually taking over. But the thing about it, y'all, is that not only is it taking over, but it's taking over, and they're starting young. You got 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds that are out there. Richard, good to see you. 9-year-olds. Trey, good to see you. Terry, good to see you. 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 17-year-olds on the drill music, 18-year-olds, and they're out there and they're all babies, y'all. They're still young dudes, young ladies, and they're all babies, and all they're talking about is you shoot me, you shoot. And every single year, as they begin to say what new artists have come out, either they got shot, or they shot somebody. Somebody got shot more than a couple of times per year off of listening to the lyrics of drill music. Now, remember what I said. Drill music is just an expression of where they are right now. And if you look at what took place back in the days, y'all, you're taking a look at, people who are dying at 108, 107, 110. Today, people are dying at 10, 9, 11, 17, 18, 20, 25, and I want you to know that the style is great. I know that the style is intriguing for some of them, what I'm saying? And the drip that they wear is intriguing, the jewelry that they wear is intriguing, and you got some people who are saying that they want to get rid of drill music, but then you have people who are still signing them to do drill music, and now with the drill music, they're making money off of it. And I want you to know that drill music, although they're making money off of it, a lot of them know that some of the people that are making drill music, they won't have to pay after a while, because eventually somebody's going to kill somebody because of the lyrics. And then you got some of the artists who are calling other artists out or calling other drill. And listen, the drill music, the reason why it's different from other music is because people who are doing drill music, they don't care about, being famous. They don't care about if anybody like their music or not. They don't. Some of them don't even care about, the kind of stats and money that they get. They want for you to understand, this is what I'm living, and this is the song that express who I am today, and this is what I'm doing. Now, I don't mean to take y'all into a dry place, but I want to take you to a dry place to bring you back to the light. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, they really don't care about, uh anything that allow for us to look professional and stuff like. They don't care about none of that, because somebody signed them, and said, we like this, let's market this, let's can this, and eventually we're not going to have to pay nobody after a while, because off of their lyrics, will come somebody to die, and the lyrics is everything to do with nothing but death and a dark place. Now, having said that, look at the difference between back then and today. Not saying that back then is better than today or today's better than back then, but when you look at anything that does not represent anything love or care, you'll find that it's not going to heal anything. And we look at the Will Smith and we look at the Chris Rock situation, anything that does not express peace and love and kindness, is the opposite of anything, and it's a dark, dreary place. And there are people, we have to understand that in order for us to get together or get along, as humans, you have to understand where people are. And sometimes we wear our environment, Can I tell you something? There's some people who don't believe that I'm from Red Hook because I don't talk like, yo, what's up? Yeah, I mean, this, that, and the other, this, and the other. I know about that. I have people who love me. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not lucky. I'm loved. You're not lucky. You're loved, because we are able to still survive and still live, and we're where we are right now. And you have people who were probably in the street who would say, yo, leave the block. Something's about to happen. Take your kids and this, that, and the other. Something's about. I was loved like that, Didn't have to fight. Somebody wanted to fight me. Somebody else stepped in and was like, yo, you're not gonna mess with this one, because he go to church and this, that, and the other, whatever the case would be. And I just treat people to the best of my ability with kindness, and I promise I try my best, and I always admonish other people to do the same. That's the reason for this podcast. Can I tell you something, y'all? This podcast, listen to me, we on the 29th of this month, we're going to be 1 year in. Can y'all give me the hearts for this, y'all? 1 year in from doing the podcast. And can I tell you this podcast, listen, have come out of somebody's death. Shout out to my boy, Felton Durant, aka Butchie. What I'm saying? I love you, my guy, and your entire family. His son had gotten killed, in Red Hook. I don't know all of the situation. I don't want to know who's right, who's wrong. The right or wrong is irrelevant. But I do know that a 23-year-old had died, and somebody had asked me to address our neighborhood right here on Facebook, you see. And I did that, and I asked everybody. We got 400 and some odd views that night, and I asked people if they think that I need to come up here more often than not to say something. Please leave a comment in my inbox. 100 people inboxed me, and out of a death, I named this podcast "It's Life." You got what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I promised I wasn't going to come up here to curse, talk about Boom Shikwa and Pookie. I wasn't going to come up here and complain about what we don't have. I came up here to teach people how to get what we don't have and how we can get it together and how to understand each other, how to understand people. You understand what I'm saying? That's the purpose. We are motivating, right? We're here. We're helping people develop self-control to make better decisions. That's what we do here. And so, with that being said, as I begin to take a look at how our people are dying, and how our young people are dying that much more, I don't mind the expression. You don't mind for people to express. My children, I want them to be able to express to me how they feel, about any God given thing. Because any parent would want their child or their children to do better than them, be better than them. And we don't know all of what social medias, and whatever pages and stuff our children are on to be able to pick up certain habits. But I do know that music is the biggest tool that's influential in everybody's life, because there's something out there that is sang or said through music for every occasion and anybody. So at the end of the day, Alberta Willis, good to see you, Ma. Love you. And at the end of the day, y'all, I want y'all all to understand that when we take a look at the drill music, you feel what I'm saying, and how it's only about kill. It's only about shoot. At one time, they wouldn't show guns on TV. They wouldn't show guns on their page, but they're doing it now to say, I just don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care about this and I don't care about that. My thing is, and this is where I'm not gonna hold you all too long. And if you look at the description, we all have had a past. Rather good, bad, or indifference, we all have had a past. Everybody have done something, y'all. Everybody's done something that they could have either regret or wish that they could have never ever gotten into. And if you don't, at least it was a learning process. It was a learning, moment, and a teachable moment for you. You got what I'm saying? And it's never a teachable moment if that moment in your life is always repeated. Can I say that again? It's never a teachable moment if that moment in your life is always repeated, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over. You got what I'm saying? And expecting different results. You can't do the same thing expecting different results. But everybody have had a past, I've had a past. I've done things I wish I'd have never done. You got what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was all a learning experience. And guess what? I'm still here and survived it all. You got what I'm saying? And I'm healthy, survived everything. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful to see my people. I'm grateful to be able to be on social media and spreading love and kindness and teaching people and coaching people. Here's the other thing. Your present time, is a different moment from your past. And sometimes it could be a replica of what it was from your past. You got what I'm saying? You know, and better for it. Yes, sir. You're right. Absolutely. And your present moment will give you the ability to change anything you don't want repeated from your past moments. You know what I'm saying? Or it will allow for you to take the good vitamins from your past moments and repeat it in your present moment. Come on, somebody, so that you can help teach other people the values that you've learned off of either mistakes or a good time. Y'all get what I'm saying? But now we take a look at your future. And I'm looking at, some of the people today with drill music. And I'm not against any music because I'm a musician. Let me tell you something straight up. I love the beat and I love the melody. I love the bass lines. I love what I hear. But can I tell you what I don't like? I don't like hearing a good piece of music, but can't listen to it because of the lyrics. You know, but can't just because some music rather. Can I tell you? I want to give you a teachable moment. Some music that you listen to, and you listen to some of the lyrics. Some lyrics don't go with some music. And that's why there's certain words you can't sing with certain music because nobody really given it any thought to be able to think about how am I going to mesh this song or the words to this song to match the music for it to be a great hit for people to say I love singing this song every time I sing it you know but when you got a nice pretty beautiful melody line with a wonderful bass line that hit the heart that says something to you, but then you listen to the words you can't repeat to your 3-year-old or can't sing to your 5-year-old or can't sing to your 12-year-old or Don't even want your 15-year-old to even have to repeat, you see, over a beautiful song. Can I tell y'all the truth? I'm going to talk my talk. It's satanic. Satan, if you realize, he was the master of all music. He was the king of music. And his wing was the cymbal. The other wing, they were bass lines. He would walk and talk music. And what he always wanted to do was be worshiped by the music. And so what he would do now, instead of allowing for the music that was, planned to be for worship and cleanliness, he allowed for the minds of the people to become double-minded. Come on, Adam and Eve. Stay away from that tree in the middle of the garden. She saw that it was good to eat. She ate that joint, and now her eyes were open, and Adam's eyes were open. You know what that meant? Both of them were naked and not ashamed. But after they ate the forbidden fruit, he noticed, wow, look at the breasts. She noticed, oh, look at the triceps, or whatever the case may be. And now out of lust, here came all this, Cain and Abel, But the music was something that helped create the mood, y'all. Not preaching, yo. It's Holy Weekend. It's, Resurrection Sunday coming up, and Good Friday is coming. But I want y'all to understand something, what the enemy's trying to do spiritually, because it's a physical expression of a spiritual move. I'm not going to stay there. But look, and that's why when you see things, you can see things, watch this, reveal itself through music. When you got Prince, you got Michael Jackson, feel good music, Diamonds and Pearls, Do you remember when we fell in love? Come on, Michael Jackson, you rock my world, all these songs were feel good music. That stuff was feel good. But when you get the dreary, dark, minor, gray music, it's from a dark place that people are trying to express themselves. And the young men and young ladies, or whoever it is that's singing drill, they just want to be heard. They want to be understood in some type of way. And can I tell you something? I want you to be heard. I want you to be able to express yourself. Watch this, through music. Let the music stay music. You got me? And it's okay to think about where you've been. Some of them are 18, 19, they ain't really lived yet. Dude, what you doing? And then some of the music is influenced to impress friends, to show shorties, how thug and gully they are. And that's attractive to some of the young ladies to say, if he's not gully, if he don't hold a gun, if he ain't got a tattoo on his neck, he ain't for me. But no, but here's where I want to go with it. Okay, express yourself. But what next after this? Because it's always a good thing to tell people where you are. But what's most important is sharing to people where you're going to go after this. Because if you take a look at our young people, the 18-year-olds, the 17-year-olds, just like we have the ability to take a look back at Prince, listen to certain songs like the OJs or Shalimar, Atlantic Star, or Force MDs and Drew Hill and all. We listen to all of these. We have something to listen back on. We have something that's going to take us to a place where we're happy and we can remember great moments. But listen to what their past is about to be in his future text, in his future time. They're going to be somewhere further than this, listening back to shoot 'em up. And you want them to say, yo, I remember the good old days. All right, y'all, it's your boy Donald Francis, and thank you for coming in. So we hope y'all keep us in prayer. And please, everybody, stay safe during this holiday. Happy Good Friday and happy Easter to all of y'all. We will see y'all next week. This time, same place, different people, different topic. Peace, y'all.